image of a tire on a tire store, a donut on a donut shop,
Sandwich.
whatever, I think that needs to also
Throw it into the.
apply to this being a sign.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the.
So that's what we,
One's advertisement, the other one's.
yeah.
All right, I'm good with that.
So if you're gonna go there, go there. It makes sense to me.
You're doing advertisement versus art.
And then to me, if the people at the counter don't know what to do, then put it before the board. And when that becomes a problem with them looking at the wrong stuff.
It's kind of the gray area, what will cherry on top be? If they did their murals, instead of having their sign, they put it on the building.
Okay, so now,
That would be a sign.
now we've got murals.
Yeah.
Murals would be okay without business name or advertisement,
Yeah.
and then considered by the board, the separate board, and then if it has either of those, then it goes into the sign ordinance. Yeah. Okay. And then we need to work out these details, like I would wanna know why we think 75% is the right percent and not 100%. If it's a totally blank wall, then I don't know why we want 25% border around it to be different.
I don't
But there may be some
I don't
difference,
understand that.
but we can debate that when the time comes.
Yeah.
So we gonna address the other things on the sign ordinance that have been driving me nuts for 10 years?
I have that on the
Portable signs,
agenda today, but
banners.
again, we're waiting on that, zoning, and before we can actually, that's what he was recommending, that we wait on that before we tackle the sign ordinance. But if you have any particular issues.
I have a couple of particular issues I'll just throw out there right now.
Sure.
I don't have a problem with portable signs as long as they're made temporary. Like with a new business, if we have a new business come to town, I don't have a problem with them trying to get some attention for 30 days, say. So to me, you should put a 30-day limit on it, and then, right now you go down the boulevard, and there's 5 portable signs out there. Well, they're not really getting attention for any one of those because there's so many of them, it just becomes garbage. And then the same kind of thing to me goes with banners.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's visually toxic, and it makes the city look trashy to have all these banners and signs out there, and you know, just, it's just terrible for anybody driving by and thinking, you know, maybe I want to settle here or something like this. A lot of them are regulated. We already have a lot of the ordinances. They just need to be enforced. I see temporary banners out all night. You know, they're not supposed to be left out all night. They're supposed to be taken in. There's a lot of things that go on the boulevard that.
Well, I keep being told, as I asked about exactly that, I keep being told that it's hard to interpret what we have now. And I'm looking at you, but you haven't been the one that's told me that.
No, I haven't.
Beth and them have told me that.
Well, then we need to get it interpreted.
Yeah,
Tell us what the
exactly.
temporary.
And that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Tell us what the temporary rules are.
The temporary rules, I mean, they have to come up here and register the sign. It's allowed for 30 days. You can take it down for 30 days, and you can put it back up for 30 days, and that's allowed twice a year.
So,
A maximum 60 days.
Now, you're talking about a temporary sign or a banner?
A temporary sign is allowed for 60 days a year, but it has to have that 30-day window in between.
It's more than 60 days a year, or I was told. I had a portable sign in front of my building that I could put it up for 60 days at a time, not per year. I'm not arguing, I'm clarifying, and I'm telling you exactly what I did with a permit every time, is that I put it up for 60 days, took it down for 30 days. Put it up for 60 days, took it down for 30 days.
And that's the way the ordinance reads now.
And I'd rather do away with them than do, I mean, I did it because it was there. I did it by the law, I had a permit, all that. But, so either it's being interpreted wrong, if you're saying it's only 60 per year, I'm telling you that it was interpreted wrong and I was getting permits, and I did it
It's
the way
60 per year. Am I correct, Marvin?
No, it's 60 days at a time, twice a year.
Yeah,
So
that's-
actually 120.
There's a limit.
So there's a limit. You have to have it down for 30 days in between the two, but you're allowed it twice a year for 60 days at a time.
So it's 120 days.
Yes. total.
350.
Okay, so then, that needs to be clarified to the people that, well, first of all, I think it needs to be changed. I would much
To
prefer.
clarify that, that's code enforcement, and
Yes.
it's showing you that, that's not
Yes.
building inspections, it's telling you that.
What do you think it should be?
Well, personally, I would,
Go ahead.
Well, let him, he did the sign.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, maybe the conditions should be looked at, like if the sign's faded, or if it's cracked, or in poor condition.
to me, that should be down regardless.
Yeah, well, then there one day,
And
the
it's-
banner
but
sign,
it's not, and I have filed sign complaints on these signs that are faded and cracked, and you can't even read. And I don't want to name the, Andy's Lock and Key is one example. You can't even read that. That good in River Oaks, Auto, we did their sign, but you look next to it, and there's a piece of debris that's been hanging off that sign now for the past 5 years. Somebody needs to get a cherry picker and make him get up there and take it down. It just looks trashy.
Well, and behind Keith's, we've got a place there, I can't tell you what it is, because it only says Solutions. And it's a banner that's been put up like a permanent sign, but yet, the reason why it's not a permanent sign is because it doesn't hold up to the weather, and it's got one corner hanging down. That's the stuff that drives me nuts.
Correct.
Especially with,
Correct.
so I guess where I'm going with this is, I like the idea of new businesses coming to our town, and especially we're fixing to have problems with the boulevard being redone, and there may be some instances where we need to help them get some signs out to be noticed while there's construction going on. So I want that to, I don't want to screw that up for those people, but like I say, right now we've got Tapers and Josephinas, Italianos, all those were new businesses that came. The first two had banners out there now, which I think is great to get some attention. Italianos had a portable sign out front. I think that's great to flag out a new business and get them attention, but I see no reason for it to stay there all the time. I mean, I almost think that new business would be a reason for doing that, or greatly limit who can do it at all, period, I guess.
well, and the other part of the sign that was talked about was the banner sign, and the pole signs that are to be brought in at the close of business. And
Pole sign, what do you mean?
Or they stick in the ground.
Okay, so I'm talking about the trailer towed signs that you rent that have wheels on them, where they tow them and park them.
those are temporary signs.
Okay, so that's what I was referring to.
That are being permanent.
Yeah, and they're being used permanent in this town, and I'm saying even if they're temporary, we should limit it so that there's not 5 in a row at any given time. Even if they're all temporary, then we're too lax on our temporary. And they don't even do them the good if there's that many of them.
So Marvin, does our code people, do you think currently they go down and they'll see a new temporary sign and record it, on this day, and then come and see if it got permitted? I mean, is that part of their?
No. It's kind of been mixed between the both.
Yeah,
But is that what we want them to do, I guess is the question.
it would, I mean, as far as going out and, there's nothing that we put on the sign that says it was registered on day one.
But I know, but in their own book or whatever.
But if they're getting a
So
permit, the permit has a start date. So if it's not permitted, it should be towed. If it has a permit, then the permit sets those dates.
Why couldn't we put a sticker on there that says,
A lot of.
permitted on this date, and you've got 30 days or 60 days, and at the end of that, they can see that that's.
For the portable
That's
signs, we do have that. They have to come in with a diagram and show it to us.
But the sign,
So
does the sign have a sticker on it, the code would know that on this date, this thing expired, it needs to be moved. The 21st.
But I mean, I'll they just have to call in and have the permit pulled and find out when it started.
That would be easier than putting stickers on it.
So, from an I guess just from an enforcement standpoint, when either Steve or when the code enforcement officers are out there, if they see one of these signs and they haven't seen it, are there ever instances of those being originated by staff and checked back here, or there are? Okay.
Yes.
So at the end, so you see a sign out there, you haven't seen it before, you check back if they've got a permit.
It's not just me, but yes.
Right, but they don't have if they don't have a permit, so what's the step there? Is somebody then immediately contacting the business
They
owner?